Welcome to the E-Xplorer FIM World Cup, the all-electric off-road motorbike race series. A mix of factory and private teams are racing to be the first ever world champions of this pioneering sport, with gender equality built into the race format. Over the course of an event, each team's male and female rider competes in turn on the same track, in head-to-head races, starting with qualifying into the quarterfinals, the semi-finals and then the decisive final. Best of three each step of the way. For round 4 we're on the Italian island of Sardinia and racing alongside the premier electric off-road racing series Extreme-E, where some of the most famous names in four-wheel rallying and rallycross are gathered, and intrigued to get a look at just how rad E-Xplorer is, including no less than 9-time World Rally Champion and 2022 Extreme-E Champion Sebastian Loeb.
Now for the first time we will be on the same place with the motorbike and the car, so it will be a bit more animation for us, and it will be nice to follow what they are doing.
To ensure a harmonious collab between these two electric racing series, we got them working together. 4 wheels on the ground, 4 wheels in the air.
I'm Tamara Molinaro and I'm the championship driver for Extreme-E. It was super cool. I was driving and I had to stop exactly right underneath these ramps when the riders were actually jumping on top of my roof. I just love motocross in general, so having the chance to look at this electric motocross is just great.
After 3 rounds so far in Spain, Switzerland and France, the standings look like this. The MIE team lead with 66 points from Gravity and Madwheel, who are tied on 46. With 2 rounds left of the 2023 season and a maximum total of 50 points still on the table, mathematically 8 of the 9 teams are still in contention to take this inaugural E-Xplorer title, as we hit this penultimate round and double header in Sardinia. This unique and pioneering series requires a very special set of wheels, and these electric bikes have proven they can deliver packages that need to adapt to elements from disciplines of motocross, enduro and trials. MIE Racing used the EMX powertrain, the same as Flare. This powerful motocross style bike has a strong and robust chassis. The Madwheel team used the Sur-Ron Ultra, same manufacturer as the PCR-e factory team. This bike has a very good power to weight ratio. Gravity have 2 different bikes. For Chiara Fontanisi, it's a production mid-size KTM unisex compact bike. Camille Chapelier rides a Stark, the most advanced and powerful bike on the grid. The EM Electric Motion Factory team have a very light and agile trial style bike. The most technically advanced in this championship, it's the only bike with a clutch. So that's the equipment. Now let's have a first look at this new 0.6 kilometre track here in Sardinia. Your expert guides are MIE Sandra Gomez and Met Vigier of Team 7.
The start is very important to get a good start and go off, and then you go to the right-hander before you go over the concrete.
We need to brake a lot, middle, full gas, to jump it a little bit, land around here. We have like 5 of these ones.
I love the concrete because I'm a trials rider, and then you go left and then you go over the jump. A long way to jump, coming off the inside and just like pin it and jump across.
Right corner, again cylinders, again right, and again jump into the containers.
I love this jump. It's so cool to like go off, just land on top of the container and just go straight off.
Jump down the containers, hard pack, right, left.
And then you go straight, then you gotta pin it until the whoops.
We can jump to the second one, or we can leave the bike here and jump the other 2. There is different options. Pyramid, jump here a little bit, but not so much because you can see the corner is so close here and we need to get the speed to the ramps. This is the difficult part for me at least, because I'm from enduro and I never did before a freestyle ramp. So we get the speed and we jump it, we fly a little bit.
And then go straight again. And then I have to like try and take some seconds in the corners and then go, but it's so slippery, so it's very difficult.
And full gas until the end.
So the 9 teams have been refined to 8 during the time attack qualifying. Fanatics were eliminated and all 4 quarter-finals are set. First up are the championship leaders MIE versus Flair, who are currently sitting 8th in the standings. Gabriela Saisados replaces an injured Rihanna Buchanan, and Gomez returns after an absence in France. MIE took the first race. Flair need to pull something out of the bag to stay in the mix. So, Sandra Gomez for MIE Racing, Gabriela Saisados up for Flair. And remember, MIE won the first 2 rounds of this championship. Gomez, closest to us, was absent actually at round 3 in France, and they didn't win that one. Flair, they've been struggling a little bit, but they're leading at the moment. So great to see this woman out front. Gabriela Saisados, looking like she's been riding electric bikes all her life. Up onto the step on, step off she goes, brought in because Jack Field's wife Rihanna, of course, hurting herself at that last race in France. Through the whoops then for Saisados. Making light work of it at the moment. And more interesting, oh, a big, well, getting a big kick there in the middle of that turn. Catching her leg, it looked like. Gomez, though, unable to capitalise. So interesting. MIE really dominating this championship so far, but playing second fiddle in this one. Out goes the second rider then for Flair. Jack Field, a good advantage to him, and he's going to need it, because chasing him down is going to be Jorge Zada goes, and we know just how quick he can be from those earlier rounds. Through the puddles Jack goes. Looking like he might have lost a little bit of traction on the front end. But riding well, and here comes Zaragoza up the inside. Well, I didn't think it would take him too long to catch him. Look at him on the power all the way through that right-hander. And Zaragoza now goes to the lead for the MIE team. Oh, and Jack Field goes down. Well, look at that then. It's all over for Flair. It was looking so good. MIE take the win in both heats to book themselves a place in the semi. Quarter-final 2, Lizcat versus 7. Met Fidier is the latest female rider alongside Spencer Wilton for Team 7. Lizcat haven't been having the best season and currently sit at the bottom of the standings, but they've been looking very fast around this track. They won race 1, can they do it again? So the second of these 3 races, and if Niamh Holmes can win this one, she will book that team their first semi-final start this series, can you believe? But she's going to be absolutely up against it, because out front it's Spencer Wilton in the lime green kit. Seasoned veteran now on these electric bikes, eating up the track here. Look at this. Some parts of the course water to try and keep the dust down earlier in the day. A little bit slick here and there. Comes up to the next big ramp. Perfect over there as well, as we go on board now with Niamh Holmes, and she's losing some serious time here. So out goes the second rider then for 7, Met Fidier, and this woman brought in just for this race. It's Alexandres out of the gate now. A lot of work to do, nearly an 11-second gap to make up, but can he do it? Over the roll as he goes, he's looking pretty quick. Met Fidier still out in the front though. But Andreas coming in a shot now. He's not far behind at all. Off the step on, step off comes Met. Looking good actually first time out, but being chased down by Alex Andres. And remember, if he can get past her, it'll be Lizcat's first ever time into the semi-finals. And Met Fidier goes around that ramp. That's going to cost us some time. Oh, look at this then from Andres. Oh, and he pounces at the very last seconds on this lap. And Andreas, I think it's neck and neck as they come into this last line, over this last concrete. Oh, and across the line goes Alex Andres first. Lizcat booking their first semi-final of 2023. Madwill and Electric Motion up next. Both teams with the same competitive rider lineup as round 3. Both teams in the top 4 of the championship standings, every point counts. Christophe Bruin took a fall in race 1, giving Madwill the win. Can EM keep it together in the second race? So Madwill with a real chance at the semi-finals here. Sandra Keller in the turquoise kit, Christophe Bruin in the black kit on the far side now, and look at Bruin over those concrete obstacles. Wow, Keller doing well, the Swiss woman, but Bruin on the inside around this turn on that Electric Motion bike, actually one of the only bikes, or the only bike, with a clutch, which they do use to their advantage, perhaps to feather the extreme horsepower produced by these electric bikes. Keller super fast through the whoop section. Well, look at this, Bruin really fighting a go with the Swiss woman. And again, Keller on the power out of that turn. Sends the big double, as does Bruin. Look at the high of them there. But Bruin unable to catch and pass Sandra Keller. This is exciting stuff. And Keller is going to do it for Madwill. Oh, now goes the second riders then. Jonathan Ross in for Robbie Madison, standing in for him, up against Marine Lemoyne. Oh, and look at this then. Neck and neck, these two teams. Super fast around that long left-hander. A fast and flowing track here. And it's Madwill with the advantage at the moment. If they can stay there, if Jonathan Ross can bring this one home, Madwill will be in the semi-finals, and they're looking good so far. Ross out front, being chased at the moment by Marine Lemoyne. So some tactics perhaps from the teams, putting out different riders in that first bracket. Oh, and across the line he goes then. Jonathan Ross takes Madwill to the semis. So quarter-final 4, the battle for the last spot in the semi-finals. Gravity are back with their winning pairing of Chapelier and Fontanesi. How will PCR-E's pairing of Sam Winterburn and Chloe Richardson fare against these formidable opponents? Gravity took the first race by a whopping 7 seconds. PCR-E are really going to need to up their game to stay in this fight. Gravity with the advantage then. Camille Chapelier up against Sam Winterburn, and watch out for Chapelier in the purple kit. So much pace this man, but you can say the same about Sam Winterburn actually. The motocross rider from the UK. But it's Chapelier out front at the moment. And it's Gravity that, if they win this, will go through to the semi-finals. Oh, Chapelier looking like he's got the measure now of that electric motorcycle on board with Sam Winterburn. On the step on, step off into these turns now. Chapelier all the way through the whoop section into the stall wall. No gears to worry about on the way out, just turn that throttle and she'll keep accelerating. Winterburn now into the big ramp. Oh, so much airtime over that. But already, Chiara Fontanesi on track then for Gravity. Chloe Richardson, another rider from the UK, the trials rider from the UK. Oh, and look at Chiara Fontanesi though, looking perfect in those corners. Beautiful, keeps the front end high over the concrete stopper. No problem on the step on, step off for her. And remember, Gravity won the last race of this championship, so still a fighting chance at the overall. Things will need to go their way today though. Chiara Fontanesi then. Beautiful, up over that last double, and she crosses the line. Look at that. Gravity go through to the semis. So that's the quarterfinals done and dusted. Here's the lineup for the semi-finals. It's MIE versus Lizcat and Gravity versus Madwill. Let's hear from the riders.
I think it's good for me because, I'm coming from motocross, and I think the track is fast, have big jumps, and for me it's perfect.
I will be proud of it, like To be the first winner of the World Electric Championship is like something really cool.
I will give my best, push hard, and for sure I will try to have fun. Yeah, that's really important, I think.
There's not a lot of strategy to do to win the championship. We just have to go full throttle and win both races. So that's our main goal, and that's where we are focused at.
I mean, you can only dream of it, but it would be insane to get on the box once. That would be a dream to come true, yeah.
One thing is sure is that I'm gonna fight for the world title.
At the end, everyone wants to win, so we have to be focused and go and fight for the championship.
Time for the first of these semi-finals. MIE versus Lizcat. The teams at the top and the bottom of the standings. On paper it should be a whitewash for MIE, but Lizcat are looking incredibly quick around this track. MIE took the win in the first race by just over 2 seconds. Definitely a margin Lizcat could make up. So MIE with the advantage. Sandra Gomez closest to us. Up against Alex Andres, the Lizcat rider. On the inside around that first turn and, well, using it to his advantage. A lot of work here for Gomez to do. Jorge Zaragoza will come out next on that team. He's got a wicked turn of pace. Well, a big kick on that takeoff there from Andreas. Soaked it up, no problem for him. Squashes the big stall wall. Look at the man's pace around that right-hander. Gomez nowhere really in sight at the moment. Andreas ripping away with this one then. He's going to hand over to the second rider on his team any second now, Neve Holmes. Oh. And MIE have got a lot of work to do then if they're to catch this absolutely flying team. Well, here they come. So the race is on. The MIE second rider is out. Jorge Zaragoza onto the step on, step off. Chasing down Neve Holmes here. Oh, and Zaragoza on the power as much as he can be. Through the whoops, he'll have the insider into this right-hander then. MIE team fighting back here, showing us why they've been so dominant. Zaragoza into this last right-hander, different line on the way in, doesn't use the berm. Oh, over this last roller now, this last concrete block, and it's going to be Zaragoza bringing it home for the MIE team. They book themselves a place in the final. Gravity versus Madwheel in semi-final 2 now. These teams are currently joint second in the championship standings with 46 points each. There's a lot at stake here. Gravity took the first race, but again, only by a couple of seconds. Let's see if Madwheel can stay in this fight. So, can Gravity book themselves a place in the final then? Chiara Fontanesi goes out with Sandra Keller, who we're on board with. Keller. He's in. Oh, Fontanesi struggling a little bit with these concrete rollers there. Getting pitched over the front. Hard on the power then, these two women down this long back straight. Oh, so much power put out by these electric bikes. Keller trying to find traction, as is Fontanesi behind her. Both cleanly over the step on, step off. A really fast flowing track, this one. Much more open than some of the other ones we've seen. A lot less really slow, difficult technical sections, and Keller is liking it. Perfect. Off the big man-made kicker there. Fontanesi keeping her honest, but it's going to be Keller, unless she makes a mistake in the very last parts of this lap, that will hand over to Jonathan Ross. Out he goes then. So Ross out front now for Madwheel. But Chapelier only 3.5 seconds behind. And nicely over that. No problems then at all. Over those two concrete stoppers. And the corner speed. Remember, you haven't got to really click any gears. No need to feather a clutch in these turns. Direct drive. You can get on the power all the way around on these electric bikes, which is exactly what we're seeing. But now Camille Chapelier is making his presence felt up the inside here. And Chapelier really putting Jonathan Ross under pressure. Gravity, remember, if they win this, will go through to the final. If they don't, it's going to go to the third leg. Oh, Chapelier again. Clean and big over there, and Chapelier is going to bring it home. And it's looking like it's going to be, Jonathan Ross. Well, just like that, it's over and done with a technical issue right at the very end. Chapelier for Gravity into the finals. After some very close racing in the semi-finals, it was left to Madwell and Lizcat to battle it out for the third spot on the FIM E-Xplorer podium. 3 incredibly close races took place, with less than a second in it each time. But a final victory in the third race meant Madwell's Sandra Keller and Jonathan Ross took the win. Finals time. Gravity versus MIE. The 2 teams at the top of the standings. Gravity really need to win this one to close the gap on the championship leaders MIE. Both teams have been putting in outstanding times today. There is very little between them. It's 1 apiece as we go into race 3 of the Sardinia round 4 finals. So all to fight for then in this, the last race of this final. 1 apiece so far. MIE, the winner of the first 2 rounds of this championship, up against Gravity, who took the win of the last round in France. They're definitely on the up, but it's an aggressive start from Jorge Zaragoza, riding on the Japanese team. The MIE out front at the moment. Chiara Fontanesi giving chase for Team Gravity at the moment, but look at this. Jorge Zaragoza looking so good out front on that really dialed EMX powertrain bike. Big advantage for him, scrubs off the ramp there. Faultless so far. Perfect under braking, perfect on the power. So here he comes then. Zaragoza's done what he needed to do. Out goes the second rider on MIE. Sandra Gomez now. Tentatively around that first right-hander. She's got a good advantage. Just over 7.5 seconds. But she might well need it because Camille Chapelier will be giving chase. Here he comes. You can see him in the background already. And Chapelier, well, he'll hit these jumps a bit harder, a bit faster. Look how deep he landed. And he's already taken, I would say, half the advantage out of Gomez already. Onto the step on, step off he goes. And the pressure is building on Sandra Gomez out front. 1 win apiece, remember. In this final, it's MIE that head up the championship. Oh my goodness. So here comes Camille Chapelier and he jumps by Gomez. In the finest of styles, you'd have to say. Can Gomez fight back on these last couple of turns? I don't think so. Chapelier, a big plume of dust. Chapelier takes it for Gravity. They win the final. It's 2 apiece now in this championship to MIE and Gravity. But this one has gone all the way to the wire.
Chiara made an incredible job, and yeah, I ride good, so I'm really happy. My Gravity team did a really good job, and yeah, we won the second race of the championship, so it's really good.
Well, I mean, I'm happy. You know, it was very tight and we had to really think to make a good job as a team and make smart decisions. Main goal is to win the race, but we also would like to win the championship, but the points are quite far, but we still try.
The final was incredible. We fight so hard the 3 times, but at the end, yeah, we finished second. But it's super good for the championship, and yes, we are super happy.
I never did a jump of freestyle and I did good today, so I'm happy. We were fighting until the last meter. For the championship, this is so good. We are leading by far, so tomorrow is the last race.
So Gravity take their second win of the season, scoring them a valuable 25 points in the championship battle. But MIE remain ahead with a healthy 15-point lead. Well, that's it, everyone. Celebrations for round 4. But don't get too carried away, guys. For the first time this season, it's a double header, so you have to do it all again tomorrow. Join us for the final round next time.